Hi everyone, this is Dawn Grabowski and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Life in Limbo. I am so excited because it's the new year and I'm shooting in front of a blank wall, and I'll probably continue that for several months because it's the start of the new year, so I think it's very symbolic. So I will wish everyone a happy, healthy 2018. I know the year has already started, but if you don't know me, I tend to wish everyone a happy, healthy new year all the way up to about February 28th. So that's just who I am. So I'm going to continue with the trend and continue with the tradition and just say happy, healthy new year to everyone. And hopefully the year has started off amazingly, positively well for everyone. But since it's a new year, the topic for this episode of Life in Limbo is going to be about time. Have you ever said there are not enough hours in the day? I know that I certainly have. Or you don't have time to get to it, or where did the year go? We tend to say things like this all the time. And I know as a person with a disability, I really believe that there is not enough hours in the day. Now, I know people say that, don't send long emails because I don't have time to read them, or I haven't had time to watch your webisode yet, or I haven't had time to make that coffee appointment yet. You just have no idea how busy I am. And I get it. I really do. People have family, people have responsibility, people have kids, they go to the gym, they do other things. But the reality is we make time for what's important. But when you're a person with a disability, the average person does not realize is with somebody like myself, spastic cerebral palsy, as most of you know, because I've talked about that in other episodes. It takes me about 3 times as long to do anything as the average person. If my voice activation is not working on my computer, for example, it will take me an hour to type a paragraph. That's why voice activation is so important to me, and that's why my cell phone has become so important to me, because the technology in the cell phone is actually better than the software that I currently have on my desktop computer regarding voice activation. But to give you more of an example, it takes me 20 to 40 minutes to shower. A typical able-bodied person, somewhere between 3, 5, maybe 10 if they're doing a leisurely shower. It takes me about a half an hour to get dressed, And sometimes people think that I'm just being a bitch and being a terrible person because I'm so very scheduled in my life. But like when somebody doesn't respond to my text or doesn't respond to my email, it really screws up my day because I'm trying to plan how to be at a certain place at a certain time. And, I have to take all the factors into consideration. I mean, just to get ready to go anywhere usually takes 2 to 3 hours. So the average person doesn't usually have to worry about that. Now, I realize if it's a special occasion or a date or going to the Emmys or going to the Oscars or a business function, you may take that 2 to 3 hours. But the average person does not take 2 to 3 hours to get ready. I could be wrong about this. You're welcome to comment below. If I'm totally off the mark on this, please let me know. But I think we throw around this concept of being too busy and not having enough time way too often. Because part of it is I think we live in a world of technology now, more so than ever. Most everyone has a smartphone, most everyone has a computer or a laptop, and you can get the information instantly. So I think we're just inundated all the time, and we are not good at prioritizing the things that need to get done. And that's why a lot of people say, Dawn, you don't understand how busy I am. I just don't have the time. And as an actor and a creative person, I always feel like there's never enough hours in the day either. Because when you get that wonderful audition, you download the sides, you do your research, you research the part, you get ready for the audition, you make yourself look wonderful and fit the part. And sometimes you'll get a night, sometimes you'll get 2 nights, or sometimes if you're lucky, you might even get a week. And you go into the casting office and it's over in like 5 minutes. Hi, I'm Dawn Grabowski. I'm reading for the role of Lucy. And you're like, well, I spent so many hours preparing. So there again, life in limbo. In my creative world, I always feel like there's never enough time when I get into a casting office to let them see how talented I am and how much I have to offer, because I'm at the point in my career where I'm getting the smaller roles. So I'm in and out very quickly, but I've spent the whole night or the next day or the following day preparing for the audition. Now, I'm not complaining. It's in my blood and I love it. Absolutely love acting, and that's why I'm out in California, and that's why I'm always creative. It's the thing that I want to do most with my life. But it's just very interesting because as a person with a disability, it takes me 3 or 4 times as long to get ready to go anywhere. And then you have the aspect of preparing for the audition or preparing for that producer's meeting or that important meeting. So there again, life in limbo. The two worlds are always colliding. And as I was preparing for this episode, I Googled some of the quotes about time. And I'd like to share some of them with you. Most of us spend too much time on what is urgent and not enough time on what is important. And at the start of 2018, I thought that was a wonderful quote because life is short. We got to have fun. We got to have time. We got to prioritize and do what's important for family and friends and our livelihood. And that's why I felt obligated and wanted to talk about time, because time is a big factor in my life. And I don't think people realize how important time is to me and how structured I need to be. And another quote that I've been told quite a bit is,
time heals all wounds.
Time heals all wounds.
Time heals all wounds.
Time heals all wounds. I'm not sure that's correct. I personally feel as the more time goes on, your heart heals if you've been in a bad relationship or something like that. But the reality is, as time marches on, you learn to move forward. So therefore, time helps with the healing process, but I'm not always sure it heals all wounds. But that's my humble opinion, and I would love to hear your comments below in the comment section. Please, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please forward this to your family and friends. I would love to get my subscribers up in 2018, and I'd love to bring you more episodes. So thank you so much for your continued support, and have a wonderful rest of the month. Take care.